So, the second part of Lost Spring from Flamingo book. The second section is I want to drive a car. Here, we will come to know another character, another boy named Mukesh, who is also struggling in his life with the traditional bondages, with his poverty, with the stereotype thoughts. I want to drive a car. Mukesh insists on being his own master. I will be a motor mechanic. He announces. Do you know anything about cars? I ask. I will learn to drive a car. So here, the author Anish Jung, when she encounters another boy named Mukesh, she asked him whether he is interested to know about cars or not. So the boy replies that one day he will drive a car. I will learn to drive a car, he answers, looking straight into my eyes. His dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets that fill his town, Firozabad, famous for its bangles. Every other family in Firozabad is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass glowing industry where families have, page number 17, spent generations working around furnaces, welding glass, making bangles for all the women in the land, it seems. So they live in Firozabad and their family and the entire community, they are busy in making bangles. Mukesh's family is among them. None of them know that it is illegal for children like him to work in the glass furnaces with high temperatures. That means it was a crime, but no one knew, no one paid attention. Why? Because they were paid for it, and moreover they were poverty stricken. They were poor. So for them education was not important. For them, getting food was more important. None of them know furnaces with high temperatures in dingy cells without air and light, that the law, if enforced, could get him and all those 20,000 children out of the hot furnaces where they slog their daylight hours, often losing the brightness of their eyes. Mukesh's eye beam as he volunteers to take me home, which he proudly says is being rebuilt. So the author is taken by Mukesh to their house. I don't know what will be the house look like. So he says that it is rebuilt. It is not the one which we used to live. We walk down stinking lanes choked with garbage, past homes that remain hovels with crumbling walls, wobbly doors, no windows, crowded with families of humans and animals coexisting in a preamable state. He stops at the door of one such house, bangs a wobbly iron door with his foot and pushes it open. We enter a half-built shack. In other part of it, hatched with dead grass, is a firewood stove over which sits a large vessel of sizzling spinach leaves. On the ground is in large aluminium platters we are most chopped vegetables. So the entire scenery, they live in a very dingy, very stinky, very unhygienic surrounding, and their house doesn't look good. The house is very shabby, the house is very cozy, things are lying here and there are animals and people living together. A frail young woman is cooking the evening meal for the whole family. Through eyes filled with smoke, she smiles. She is the wife of Mukesh's elder brother. Not much older in years, she has begun to command respect as the Bahu, the daughter-in-law of the house, already in charge of 3 men, her husband, Mukesh, and their father. When the older man enters, she gently withdraws behind the broken wall and brings her wheel closer to her face as custom demands. Daughter-in-law must wheel their faces before male elders. In this case, the elder is an improvised bangle maker. Despite long years of hard labor, first as a tailor, then a bangle maker, he has failed to renovate a house, send his two sons to school. All he has managed to do is teach them what he knows, the art of bangle making. So Mukesh father, he is not aware of the outside world. What he knows only bangle making, and that he has taught to his sons. It is his karam, his destiny, says Mukesh's grandmother, who has watched her own husband go blind with the dust from polishing the glass of bangles. Can a god given lineage ever be broken? She implies. Born in the caste of bangle makers, they have seen nothing but bangles in the house, in the yard, in every other house, every other yard, every street in Firozabad. Spirals of, the next page, page number 18, spirals of bangles, sunny gold, paddy, green, royal blue, pink, purple, every color born out of the 7 colors of the rainbow, lie in mounds in unkept yards, are piled on 4-wheeled handcarts pushed by young men along the narrow lanes of this shanty town, and in dark hutments next to lines of flames of flickering oil lamps, sit boy and girls with their fathers and mothers welding pieces of colored glass into circles of bangles. Their eyes are more adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. This is a very important line. That is why they often end up losing their eyesight before they become adults. So these children, as they work in that furnaces, as they make bangles, so there is a huge stress that is given to their eyes, and very soon when they grow, they become blind, they lose their eyesight due to the prolonged working and making the bangle. So their condition was very much miserable. That much we have understood, that Mukesh and his family, they were struggling, they were poor, and they have accepted their destiny, that it was their karma.